It's that time in the show to check in on the livestock markets with our livestock marketing specialist, Dr. Derrell Peel. And Derrell, we still have a little bit left to summer, but let's go ahead and look into the fall in regards to calf marketing. So what can producers expect with calf marketing this fall?
You know, normally we expect to see seasonally lower prices in the fall. Calf markets are generally lower in the second half of the year. That certainly hasn't been the case this summer. We've actually gone up through the summer, through July, to new record highs, and I think that's indicative of the underlying market that we're in. So, you know, we're probably not going to see the normal seasonal pressure. I expect these calf prices to stay high through the fall. They may flatten out a little bit. That would be the seasonal pressure being offset by these strong markets. So, so I don't look for the normal seasonal decline this fall.
So should producers, market normally or change anything?
Well, you know, we've got record high prices. Producers obviously are tempted to just sell everything right off the cow. But in fact, there's really no reason to do anything differently. Weaning still has a lot of value. Calf health is very important in the industry. You know, unweaned calves will be discounted relative to weaned calves in the fall, especially in the fall of the year when we have a lot of health problems anyway with calves. And so even longer weaning periods actually pay more. We have research that shows that now. So, you know, there's reasons to go ahead and do the weaning that you would normally do and other things. Even though it's tempting to just, you know, kind of take the easy way out and sell them right off the cow.
What about preconditioning programs? Are those going to pay off?
You know, same question. I mean, a lot of a lot of times we think, well, gee, at these record high prices, you know, there won't be a premium for preconditioning, which would be weaning plus all those other things you should be doing with these calves, right? And yet past research shows that they will pay. If you think about it from a buyer's perspective, we're paying such record high prices for these calves. The value of that health insurance that you get from a preconditioning program is worth even more. So we expect to continue to see those preconditioning programs pay premiums.
So what about, even with high calf prices, what about retaining some of those calves as stockers?
Well, you know, right now in the market, obviously that buy-sell relationship between the value as a calf and their value as a heavier feeder animal, the value of gain right now for those, for those pounds is about half what it is for selling calves. So there's less market incentive right now to put additional weight on these calves. But at the same time, if you've got the feed resources, maybe that long weaning program is a way to put a little bit of weight on them and take advantage of that. But at the same time, whether or not you should devote forage resources to wean calves or to retain calves, the market's really telling you that your forage has more value if you can use it for calf production. So, if you're thinking about cows or heifers or something that would add to the herd in the future, maybe that's where you want to focus your attention. Or maybe you want to sell the steers and keep the heifers either for yourself or to sell as breeding animals for somebody else. So think those things through in this kind of market.
All righty, thanks, Derrell. Dr. Derrell Peel, livestock marketing specialist here at Oklahoma State University.